trainings. They have a new set of folks that are just starting. This is something that requires no integration, no startup time. Basically, within a couple of days, we fine-tune these simulated AI personas that, again, have all the sales mastery built into that to teach you how to overcome typical objections, how to face that resistance, how to bring you back on script.
Welcome to Insurance Shoptalk. This is the podcast where the world of commercial insurance gets a little closer to home. I'm your host, Eric Stein, and in every episode, we're taking a deep dive into the insurance industry. From the latest news and trends to in-depth interviews with insurtech experts, carriers, and agency newsmakers, we're covering it all. So sit back, tune in, and let's start the conversation. Okay, so today we have, I'm going to butcher her name. I'm already going to warn myself, is that Vlada Lotkina with SUPERAGENT. She's the CEO. Vlada, thanks for joining.
Hi, Eric. Great to be here.
I appreciate it. So Vlada has a program that is geared for property and casualty agents that have the commercial lines division. They'll be expanding more commercial later, but for now, the commercial lines piece is ready to go and can really help gear up the staff for sales training, for coaching. Has an AI component, very sophisticated system. I won't get into too much detail to steal the thunder, but I thought this would be a great AI topic for the personal line side, and so I wanted to invite Vlada on. So Vlada, why don't you go into a little bit about your background and a little bit about SUPERAGENT to kind of get us up to speed?
Absolutely. Well, I am a serial entrepreneur. So I started my journey in management consulting in corporate America, and then jumped into my first venture, tech venture in education, that I successfully exited a few years back, and it's impacting millions of users in tens of thousands of schools. And then I was searching for what's next, and I stumbled upon this little talked about in a broader world, but massive industry, which you guys are, of course, all are fans of and have direct experience in. And specifically, I actually came to ITC, the InsurTech conference last year in Vegas, and I saw how much opportunity there is. While 99% of companies and solution providers are really focused on operations, are focused on how to improve underwriting, claims processing, all the things on kind of the back office side, which is absolutely critical, of course, to the success of insurance sales and distribution. What I didn't see is focus on insurance sales capability. And that's really what the core focus at SUPERAGENT is. It's not only providing AI workforce that can train or call or coach. It is really versed in insurance sales mastery, starting from personal lines in property and casualty, to help unleash human potential and help augment human potential, so that all the great agency owners, all the sales leaders can truly scale and achieve the kind of outcomes that they're set out to achieve.
Excellent. So would you say this is geared for brand new producers in the personal lines area, or is it can be used for both, if you're experienced or inexperienced?
Yeah, so we have effectively our platform provides access to AI-powered workforce specialized in insurance sales. So that workforce has a number of different use cases. So one of such use cases would be training agent, which is purpose-built for new agents to get them ramped up very quickly. There is an AI co-pilot that is really geared to take the sales mastery to the next level, helping in real time identify cross-sell opportunities, match the tone of the conversation, help actually increase the conversion rate. And that's what we are seeing for our customers, is that even experienced agents can lift 40% and more their win rate when they have this co-pilot, when they have personalized feedback that's happening there. And then as of 2 weeks ago at ITC, we launched Outbound Agent that's now taking all of these learnings and can help augment capacity. So that is more of a assistant, if you will, that works independently on the leads, on the old book of business, on new leads you acquire, that can truly is well versed in all the sales acumen that your organization has, and can really sign up these folks to do work with you. And for now, we are focused on from the initial conversation to providing structured information for quoting. That's really what we have in the market today.
Awesome, awesome. And so walk me through how an installation would work at an agency. Let's say, what do you recommend of how to start and where to start?
Yeah, and that's a fantastic question, Eric, because one of the biggest challenges with AI, and if you look at the stats, right, I think the stats are horrible, like 90% of AI implementations fail or something to that effect, right? And the reason why they fail is not because technology necessarily is not good, but because it's has to do with human ability to change. It has to do with all the workflows and how do you really lead the existing team through that change, right? And that's really key. And the reason why at SuperAgent we are providing sort of a series of tools is because that what helps agency owners and sales leaders get on the journey, right? So typically the way we like to start working with agencies is with, let's say, AI trainings. They have a new set of folks that are just starting. This is something that requires no integration, no startup time. Basically, within a couple of days, we fine-tune these simulated AI personas that, again, have all the sales mastery built into that to teach you how to overcome typical objections, how to face that resistance, how to bring you back on script. And that's really for someone who has some significant scale, let's say even 10 agents plus, and they have new folks, that's the fastest, quickest way to see wins. And no integration, no customer data, nothing, right? No concern, only upside. And that's really where we think and see that this is really the fastest way, right? Because there is really no integration. And then these new folks, they come in with a new mindset, newness mindset. They want to learn, they want to grow, and they embrace this because they see results very quickly. So that's step one, I would say, for any large organizations. Now, if we're talking about smaller agencies that are eager to jump in straight into adding sales capacity with AI, our AI outbound agent is fantastic. What it does is, again, from integration standpoint, it is very, very limited because all it requires is connection to telephony or just buying a new phone number. And then from there, our AI agent can effectively follow all the workflows. We need to see where they're getting leads. But again, can be copy and paste from Excel or Google Sheets. We can see, of course, those leads have to be opted in, and all of those good practices, they still hold. And then from there, effectively, we have a workflow, how to engage the human agent for the actual quoting and recommendation process. So all of these tools require minimal disruption. But again, for large organization, I think the training agent is a fantastic, very quick use case where they can see results quickly. It's not disrupting any work from, let's say, hundreds or whatnot of the more experienced agents. It's a finite group. They see results quickly. And again, results we've seen are extraordinary because new agents that never sold not only insurance, but anything in their life, they start selling within 1 week.
Oh, wow. So does the new agent training, does that tie into just a PC-based training, or is it phone as well? Like, how do you give me an example? Let's say,
Yeah, absolutely. So
getting the training.
Yeah, it's certainly a new age kind of training. So we're not trying to replace existing training that upfront is done through, licensing process, or training that is done by perhaps agency owners based on their, tools they use and things like that. That stays with them. What we are replacing, or frankly providing, which is not provided, is real-time role play with real results. So effectively, you have a library of AI simulated personas with their own legends that mimic your customer types, that mimic the kind of insurance product you sell, that really are versed on the kind of scripts and the kinds of objections that you guys face in real world. And then you effectively don't have to waste leads on these new folks that cannot close them anyway, right? Because you just call these simulated AI personas, you talk to them, you get real-time feedback, and then you get detailed feedback on your sales skills mastery, where you're falling short, what you should do instead. And that just putting in these reps very quickly ramps you up, because it takes you months to get to the same volume and consistency of feedback and experience that you can take you in days with SuperAgent.
I got you. All right. So it's just role playing through it and then coaching that comes with that.
That's correct. So effectively, they're calling, let's say there is Anna Smith, who is a 55-year-old accountant. And if it's, let's say, a typical use case and she's looking for homeowners insurance, you click a button, you call Anna Smith, and then Anna Smith will try to derail your script, will ask you different questions, right? So you can try different approaches. And that really, you're putting in the reps with all the different persona types or customer segments that you would typically face. And that just helps you attain that level of mastery and consistency that can take you months otherwise.
Got you. And then, I'll put you on the spot here. I don't know if you're ready to show
Yeah.
it. This is a good time for you to show an example of the training.
Yeah, sure. Happy to do
Oh,
that. Let me see. One moment. I'll find the screen. Do you want me to share the screen?
sure. Yeah, for
I
those
think
YouTube, it'll be on the screen. You also can just listen and get the idea,
I get an idea. Okay. So I'm gonna go and show you guys off our live call agent. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my name and my phone number as a lead in here. So I'll receive a call on my phone.
Hey everybody, it's Eric. I just want to pop in for a quick announcement. Exciting news. I just launched my new book on Amazon. It's called The Blueprint: An Insurance Agency's Unconventional Rise to the Top. And it goes through a little bit about how I built the agency Insured Solutions since 2009 to today. And the blueprint in terms of how I actually did it with the tech stack, the offshore, nearshore talent, and digital marketing techniques that I use. So pick up a copy today on Amazon. Thanks, guys.
Hi, this is Jane from SuperAgent Insurance Agency. Is this Vlada?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Looks like you recently requested a home insurance quote online. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, Jane, it would be fine if it's quick.
Absolutely, I'll keep it brief. I just need to verify a few quick details so our licensed agent can finalize your quote. I have your full name as Vlada Lotkina. Is that correct?
Yep.
Great, thank you. And what's your date of birth?
It's June 4th, 2000.
Perfect, got that down. The email I have on file is marketing@getsupperagent.com. Is that still the best way to reach you?
Yes, marketing@getsupperagent.com. That's correct.
Thank you for confirming.
Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going. But
It's a
basically,
little hard to hear, but
oh, it was hard to hear.
a little bit, yeah, no problem though. But I think you get the gist. So that was on the receiving. If you're this agent being in training, you're on the receiving end, acting like the prospect, or
Yeah, so what I did here was actually an AI outbound lead. So today,
outbound.
agency owners can hire our outbound agent to actually go after the leads, whether they're cold leads, whether they're leads they bought in the past, whether there are accounts coming up for renewal, upsell opportunities, it's things like that. So what you heard here was a very, I don't know if you could hear the voice, but it's basically sounds like you and me. It's
Yes.
scary.
Yeah, there was a portion there that was really clear. And so you could hear it very, it sounded great, a real voice. So that came from a lead source that maybe the agency purchased or created. And I assume a cell mobile number or direct line so you could just get right through, right?
Correct.
If they answer.
Correct. And if they don't answer, then there is effectively workflow for all of these scenarios. So we'll leave a voicemail, we'll attempt to call again, we'll follow whatever the playbook is. And that's really where today in personal lines, we know that folks spending 80% of calling time just leaving voicemails. And that's certainly not a good time, not a good use of human resource. And so that's effectively what allows you to just not do the busy work, increase your capacity in sales in real time right away, effectively, because you're not wasting time on trying to call, trying to dial, getting the voicemails. And this collects all the information in a structured way that you need for quoting. And then through the APIs, you can start actual quote. That's the next step for us.
And is this tying into the agency management system as well, or is it more of a separate platform?
It certainly can, depending on which agency system is used. But to the extent that we integrate with that, absolutely, this data is passed
Like
on.
AMS 360,
Yeah.
Hawksoft.
Yeah, all the major personal lines systems. Yeah.
Gotcha. You already have that. But if you wish, you could just again stay on your platform.
Correct.
Or your telephone system platform.
Correct. Yeah. So we're not providing telephone system. We are just integrating to whatever telephone system is used, or we can propose some other partners of ours.
Right. Got it. And then what about when it gets to the part about the actual quoting and reviewing that piece? Can it go that far on an outbound, or is that turned over to a regular agent at that point?
We're working on that.
Gotcha. Got it. And then, but at least you can get to the part of gathering data to do it.
Correct.
And is that data what coming back into in writing then into a portal, or how does that workflow?
Yeah, it actually can be whatever the best workflow is for existing agency customers. So it can come back as a structured sort of table with all the data, let's say in the email passed on with the urgency of how quickly we need to get back to the customer. It could be something that is actually transferred even via voice in addition to that. So our AI agent can live transfer to the agent and have a 1 minute where they basically give all the information verbally to prepare them and then pass on the information as well. So there are multiple ways that this information can be transferred depending on the workflows.
But they could take that then and then upload it to a portal.
Correct.
To quote.
Right. And yeah, exactly. And the main thing is that it's structured information already, so they don't have to go through all the and then if there is any discrepancy relative to the data that is provided that we can see from public sources, that's something that would be flagged as well, which is a huge benefit.
Excellent. And then as far as the real-time coaching, once let's say an agent's trained, they're on the phone call with an actual client, discussing a case or a proposal. Tell me about that. How does the coaching work?
Yeah, absolutely. So unlike this scenario where AI is actually calling the customers, all other scenarios are where AI is assisting the human to do a better job. So for the live coach scenario, it's effectively a desktop pop-up. So every time there is inbound or outbound call, you are talking, whether you're talking on your phone or talking through the desktop, which a lot of agents do, You will see a pop-up that guides you through the checklist of the best path to success in that use case. And then it's listening in and showing you where you are in that script to get from the beginning to the close. And again, optimizing for one call close as much as possible. And then whenever there are objections in real time, so for example, simple one like a customer saying, hey, where did you get my information, right? So we in real time present best options to tackle that. Or I think the price is too high, or I need to go to talk to my spouse about it. I'm not ready to make a decision, right? So there are, obviously common objections, and sometimes there are specific objections depending on the area where you operate or the type of a specific product. So those would be added as well. So effectively, it becomes your eyes and ears as agency owner with your agents at all times, right? So let's say, for example, if your priority now is to cross-sell life to all the homeowners policies, you can integrate it straight into checklist, and that would be a pop-up that presents in real time. So now you don't have to worry about you told the agent something, but then it's not implemented because they forget about it. It's not part of their workflow. It's right in front of their eyes whenever they speak to the customer.
So it will know a sort of win in the conversation
Right.
by listening
Correct.
to when to display
To
that
present,
pop up,
yes.
cover the life
Right.
insurance sale and give the wording.
Exactly.
Very cool. And I don't know, what other things can you think that'll really be helpful to know about, about the tools that we have?
Yeah, I think in general, there is a lot of hype and a lot of noise, and and I think it's very important. And the reason why I'm very excited to only do personal lines now and only insurance now is because it all comes down to how well AI models can work, how well they understand the workflows, how well they can understand the human behavior and human and behavioral dynamics in that sale specifically. So it can actually be a big value add from the get-go. And so I think that as folks are looking at different solutions, I would definitely encourage them to look at solutions that are specialized in whatever their line of work is, because otherwise they have to go through the process of training them, to the process of starting from something that's completely greenfield, that's used to, I don't know, sell software, sell trucks, sell whatever, and insurance, among other things.
That makes sense. I forgot to ask earlier, like on the sales calls, the tracking in terms of like giving the owner of the agency some feedback on the level, the skill level, or the problems or issues that someone's having. Is there a quick way? I mean, I'm an owner. I wouldn't want to have to read through a bunch of information. I'd want to have the highlight come to the top to say, Mary needs help in this area. I mean, is it any sort of like reports that come back to the ownership?
Absolutely. There is a daily and weekly summary that shows basically a summary of all the activity that's happening, both if our coach is used for the live call, so both in the customer conversations and what are the highlights there, which maybe had negative sentiment, why that happened, right? Sort of really focusing on the things that they can improve, and of course celebrating some wins as well, and then the training aspect. So yes, we have a sales taxonomy that basically scores for every conversation, whether it's training or customer, and then you can see the patterns. You can see how agents are growing over time, and are they repeating the same mistake 50,000 times, or are they actually improving and consuming that feedback that is given to them? Are they following sort of cross-sell, for example, as an opportunity, or are they missing out on that consistently, right? So we are highlighting, as you said, right, agency owners. The reason why, frankly, so many new agents and don't survive is that there's just not enough capacity to properly train them, right? They just impossible to take away from top producers or from the owner to sit down with each of them and provide personalized training, personalized guidance. And so that's effectively what SuperAgent does. for both folks that are just starting out, but also folks that are more experienced. And then as an owner, you really have a complete picture on when folks are working, where they're falling short, how many interactions it takes to close a deal, which ones found some best practices, maybe they need to share them with others, etc. So it really unlocks the black box of what's happening from the lead to close across your whole organization.
And will it like automatically, let's say someone's having trouble with the X issue with, their score is low. Does the system sort of know where to focus its time on the training then based on where they are?
We are working on that, on specific skill drills that would help someone who is specifically struggling with one aspect or the other. We would get them on a path where they can knock out that particular skill specifically. I mean, typically all of the skills in a typical sales conversation are being measured, if you will, or tested, but we are specifically looking at things like closing skills or rapport building or something that can really help them improve their craft.
P&C agents, have you run into Byberg, which is a Berkshire Hathaway company quoting workers' comp for either your prospects or clients? Well, great news. Insured Solutions, a national MGA, has an appointment that is set up to allow you to quote, bind, and service Byberg at your agency. And the coverage is in all states. It's A-rated. Startups are even accepted. There's $125,000 maximum premium. And some of the tough industries they write are construction, transportation, that includes towing and parcel delivery, manufacturing, security guards that are armed and unarmed, motor mediation, and many more. So go to our website at insuredsolutions.net, click the Get Appointed link. We'll get you logins for you and your team, and can set up a webinar for training if you'd like. Also, feel free to email info@insuredsolutions.net, and I can handle the submission myself, or call 770-402-5343. Be glad to speak to you and give you more detail. Thanks. And what's been some of the feedback you're getting after you installed this at agencies? Are they blown away? Have there been issues? Like, what's the real world?
Yeah, I would say that they're blown away because the only focus for us is really on sales outcomes. So we are as good as the sales outcomes we deliver, and that's why we work with our customers very collaboratively, right? So it's not, even though, yes, it saves time because now you don't have to train people, or yes, it saves time because you have AI calling, we are really not satisfied with saving time. We are only satisfied with, can we improve win rate? Can we improve faster time to productivity? Can we improve overall absolute sales results when you're using SuperAgent? And that's really our laser focus.
And it's fine. We don't need to get specific, but like, how does a cost work? How does a charge, the fee for the service? Is it licensing per person, or is it usage? Like, how do you guys do the billing?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you sign up with SuperAgent, you effectively have access to any of the agents that we have available currently. And as we add new agents, then your sort of preview of what's available will be expanded automatically. Then it's up to you whether you want to turn them off or turn them on, right? As to kind of enabling for the organization. Our pricing is usage based. So if you don't use certain agent, or if you, let's say today you have new agents and you want them to use that agent, and then 3 months from now or 2 months from now, you're saying, hey, I don't have new agents, you just don't use it and you don't pay for it, right? We really want to align to how the agencies use the product. And so from that perspective, you can load up as many people as you want. Some people even use training agent during hiring, for example. So they've asked us to frankly create some dummy accounts for them that they can rotate people through as part of the interview process.
That's cool. Yeah, here, real world.
Exactly. So, and then the pricing starts from effectively $250 per month for the agency, and then it scales with usage from there. At this time, through Q4, we're not taking any kind of implementation fees, even though we certainly work very closely with the folks to set them up for success. It's just, I think. It's such an exciting time now, and we want to help folks really close Q4 strong and lay the foundation for 26. So this time it's basically $250 per month, and then you sign up, and we get you, depending on which agents you use, within 1 week you can be live.
Very good, very good. Well, no, it sounds very exciting. If someone has questions or wants to get a demo, what's the best way to reach you or your marketing team?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, go to getsuperagent.com. You can learn more about the different agents. There's also a way to sign up for a demo right from there. You can also reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. I actively post different company updates, so you can find me by my name. I think I'm the only one with that combination. And you can also email me at vlada@getsuperagent.com.
Excellent. Vlada, thanks for the time. It's been great. It's exciting what you're working on. It sounds like it's again, it's just part of the phase we're in now with AI. It's just continuing to get better and better. So I know, probably 6 months and a year from now, it'll all be even more slicker of a system, but appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, guys.
Thanks again for tuning in to Insurance Shop Talk. If you enjoyed our deep dive into the latest trends, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, I'm Eric Stein, and this has been Insurance Shop Talk.